Hey, yo. Oh, you didn't know?
What?
Are you ready?
What?
No! I said, are you ready?
Woo! And leading this group of misfits is JP, the Melting Pot.
AKA 6-month champ, baby.
If I can be serious for a minute, without being interrupted.
And the savior of wrestling and the original people, the Summit.
You know, it was so nice it had to come twice.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The WWE had Gilbert. Wrestling with Attitude has Lil Steven.
Finally.
Who in the blue hell are you?
And the show-off of Wrestling with Attitude, Mike.
My time to shine.
You can't see me, my time is now.
All right, welcome to Wrestling with Attitude. I'm your host, the Summit. With joining me today is the one and only Lil Steven.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I know how you're doing.
Oh, I'm doing great.
I bet.
And JP's got something to say.
I'm working a Brock Lesnar contract to come back for pay-per-views and big matches only.
All right, well, that's all he had to say right now. So, hope he'll be back for part of the show.
Brock Lesnar contract.
Brock Lesnar contract. Yeah, and then of course you got Mike. Mike, what you got to say, buddy?
I'll tell you something, Michael. He's a fighting champion, the greatest champion I've ever seen.
Wow, I love it. They're talking. Man, I love them talking like that.
See, this is what happens when you leave the Summit alone for too long. This happens.
Well,
right
I've
here.
had a busy week, because I am the champion of picks, and Mike just talked about champions. I actually had an interview. I'm going to go ahead and play it for everybody out there. It's about a minute and a half long, but we'll get back to the show. This is my interview I did this week.
Listeners, don't leave.
How hungry are you for another title? Because so much was satisfied by winning this one.
I know about all the greats. I want to be one of those greats. I am writing down my next challenge.
James had that look in his eye. He came out and just completely destroyed.
This man, James, was awesome. That was one of the best performances I've ever seen.
James is by far our best player. I don't think there's really anyone next to him. I think he's there, then you go down the list.
Are you your harshest critic?
Absolutely. I'm my hardest critic on myself. Do I think there's anyone that's even close to my level? No. Absolutely not. There's some people that don't think I deserve to be here on top, but I think I do.
James, he's doing stuff that I've never seen before.
I think the man that we're looking at right here is the best of all.
He was absolutely fearless.
There is a couple examples of why I'm the great picker I am today. Growing up on Sunday afternoons watching wrestling, and that helped me build myself as a champion as I am today. And hopefully I can keep winning and catch the 6-month champion JP. That's my next goal. And help inspire kids to be a champion like I am today. All right. Well, that was my great interview I had. Thank you, Charles, for, give me a shout out. Thank you, Stephen A. Smith.
I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
Javier, you did a great job, buddy.
Oh, my God.
So
we're in so much trouble.
Well, I'm in tears because, it's so inspirational, this interview I did.
Gosh.
It was outstanding.
Again, folks, this is what happens when someone has too much time on his hands.
That's not true. Come on.
Yeah.
You loved that interview.
It was okay.
It was just okay?
I don't know who James they were talking about, though.
Oh, they were talking about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Charles Barkley. Man, I got them on speed dial. Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith. Speed dial, man.
Okay.
Speed dial.
It's because Stephen A. Smith's a Cowboys fan, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, we're like that. 2 peas in a pod. So, anyway, in case you haven't noticed, yes, I won picks last week. And Jose, Javier, they hooked me up with a great intro today.
Yeah, not to take anything away from you, but, what do you think about what did you think about the pay-per-view? I don't want to get into it, but I'm just saying, let's go ahead and put our predictions in of A, B, C. What did you think about it?
We'll talk about it. Let's review. We'll talk about next segment, okay?
All right.
Let's do our first segment. We'll go ahead and do sound off. Second segment, we'll go ahead and do the review, and then we'll talk about Raw next too, okay? It's been a good week, I think, for, the end of the match at Night of Champions we'll talk about. Yeah. But before we go any farther, let's go right in sound off and our top 10. Top 10. And what is this week's top 10?
This week's top 10 is best general managers. And when you think of general managers, you think of people power. But you think of, when you think of general managers, you think of the people that ran Raw and did a really good job doing it. Some people, there's been debates still today about who was one of the best general managers of all time. A lot of people still don't know who it is. There's a lot of people that said Stone Cold Steve Austin was a good general manager. Mick Foley was a good general manager. There's even John Laurinaitis people out there. Everybody loves general managers.
Well, let's get into it, after all that talk.
WWA's Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let them know how you feel, if the anger inside is real. Sound off.
There you go. That's what this segment's all about. This week's poll, like Steven was saying, is the top 10 general managers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And you could went to our website, vote on your top general manager of all time. At WrestlingAttitude.com.
Wrestling with Attitude.
This week, though, top 10 general managers all time, we had, we're going to go through first and then we'll break it down. Number 10, People Power, John Laurinaitis, your favorite hero.
Really? Was that number 10? I thought he was. I thought he was down the line.
No, number 10.
Well, hey, he was People Power. People Power. This is the guy that he was in, what was it, the Dynamic Dudes, the worst gimmick of all times, as some people have said.
Oh, that gimmick was awesome.
You took a guy that knows nothing about surfing, nothing about skating, knows nothing about any of this, and you put him in a role like that, and then you put him back in a role of People Power. And he does, the one thing I like about John Laurinaitis is he can play and a guy you really want to hate so bad. You don't tell me you never turned into Raw to see what was going to happen to John Laurinaitis on those nights.
No, you definitely did. And then the scooter.
Oh, my gosh.
The Roby he was on.
He upgraded from a skateboard to a scooter.
But Laurinaitis, I think, was... I would almost maybe want to move him up, but the people ahead of him, it's hard to move down.
Yeah.
So... but he deserves to definitely be up there.
Yeah, and he made the thing where you could actually pick for matches and stuff. What would you like to see tonight? Would you like to see Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose in a street fight or a cage?
He didn't start it.
Oh, he helped enforce it.
That started with Cyber Sunday, dude.
Well, he helped enforce it though.
Cyber Sunday really, and then they really. He used it more than others, maybe, but. Not as much as Teddy Long did with tag matches, but
And I think we saw the most SmackDowns live during John Laurinaitis' time. Because, he called it the Super Show. Raw Super Show.
That's when they were moving them back in.
Yeah.
Number 9, William Regal. Dude, definitely needs to be up there.
Yeah.
When people hated William Regal. During that time period, he was the first one to go into a certain club.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss My Behind club.
Yeah, he was good. The thing I liked about William Regal is, during the whole thing with the corporation and the union and all that stuff, he was one of those cool managers of, like, you hated him, but then sometimes you liked him, like, oh man, I hate this guy, but he just put one of the coolest wrestlers in a steel cage match. It's like, okay, cool. Like, he made really good match decisions, and I feel like he spiced up Raw at that time. He helped make it, when you think of the Attitude Era, you don't think of William Regal in any way, shape, or form. But when I think of 2000, 2001, I think of William Regal as a general manager because of what he did. I mean, he did a lot of stuff. I mean, I remember Backlash, I think, was in his hometown, wasn't it? It was in England in 2000. I think it was 2000. Yeah, Backlash 2000 or Backlash was it?
It's right around that area.
Or no, Rebellion. I'm thinking Rebellion.
You think you're Rebellion.
Rebellion.
I do remember that one.
I mean, and he stuck out the most on that pay-per-view to me just because of the stuff he did behind the scenes and all that. He's good in what he did. He did his job right. There's not really much more to say about him.
No, he's very good. He knew how to get reaction.
Yeah.
He played the crowd very well. He's now on NXT as the general manager on NXT now. And he's still, getting reaction.
Yeah. The thing I love about him is that he does his little wave as like,
Like the Queen.
Oh my gosh, and you just want to hate him more.
Well, I used to like it because they would go back to his office. He would have tea and, all the. So it was just really entertaining. He's always during his time period. It was always entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Number 8. Speaking of entertaining, Stephanie McMahon, the first general manager of SmackDown. She did a lot. She's golden, man. I mean, no matter what, she's been golden her whole life, I guess, especially with wrestling. But she knew how to play the crowd. She got that McMahon trait of knowing how to work the crowd.
Oh, of course.
From Vince.
I mean, and you can see it still today. She's turning into her dad. And she's going to be her dad. She's going to be that one that doesn't mind making fun of herself. But also, next week she might be the one to fire you. Like she's just good at what she does, and because she has that McMahon gene, she was born into it. I mean, just like her brother and like her dad, she's gonna be great. I mean, she's going in the Hall of Fame. If not, she should.
Well, yeah, it's funny to this day you still don't have Vince in the Hall of Fame.
No, you don't. I don't think he wants to be in the Hall of Fame.
So I don't know if she will be. I think it might be the same way.
She's in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah, she's in mine, that's for sure. Number 7, this one kills me, dude. Anonymous GM.
Oh my gosh.
I like what they did with this. What I didn't like was who it was. Really? Hornswoggle?
That's what everybody loved, though. They were like, oh, the build-up was great, but then Hornswoggle under the ring.
So, to me, this would be number 10, maybe even off the list.
I just loved it because of Michael Cole.
It helped Michael Cole, and it was good, like, when The Rock came back, when Stone Cold, when those guys interact with it, when Edge beat up the computer.
My gosh, yeah, he went crazy over that.
But that was good, and they did. But then they screwed it all up with Hornswoggle underneath the ring, and that killed me. So
I love it.
I will move us down, but we'll talk about it.
Hornswoggle said the best. He goes, and the crowd goes mild.
Oh yeah,
even Hornswoggle said it was a bad idea.
Oh, it was horrible. Number 6,